You alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be telling you 5 things you might not know about the Freelander 2. Number 1. Freelander 2s and diesels of this generation are notoriously slow for warming up the cabin air. So to combat this, Land Rover fitted what they call a PTC heater behind the heating controls in this middle section, and the idea is when you start this car up on a cold day, that warms up, the air blows through it and gives you nice toasty warm air quicker than what the car can provide it to you. And then when the coolant reaches sufficient temperature, it then turns off the electric heating element and hands it over to the cooling of the car to warm up the cabin air. If you want to see more about the PTC heater, I'll leave a link down below in the description to Beavis Pitt's videos where he describes everything about it and does a numerous amount of tests. Number 2. Did you know the Freelander 2 has a very clever diesel warming feature on it? The way this works, and I'll show you the service manual images on screen, is that it pulls diesel from the fuel tank through to the fuel canister. It enters the fuel canister, and when it gets pushed out, there's a sensor that detects the temperature of the fuel. If it's 10 degrees or under, it then tells the high pressure fuel pump to return fuel back to the fuel canister. This fuel is warm. It then leaks into the fuel canister. 90 to 95% of the fuel enters the fuel canister until it reaches 20 degrees Celsius. Once it reaches that temperature, so it doesn't get too hot, there's a little thermostat within the fuel canister that shuts, and the fuel then gets returned back to the fuel tank. This stops the fuel from waxing and helps the performance of the engine.
Number 3, this was the first Land Rover with stop-start technology. Whilst it's good in drive-throughs, traffic, and you get a small reduction in road tax, you have to wonder whether it's worth it for the wear on the starter motor and battery strain.
Number 4. We all know these cars can go off-road, right? But did you know that these cars can travel on gradients of up to 30 degrees all day long without suffering from fuel starvation, and up to 45 degrees for 5 seconds?
Number 5, we all know these cars are four-wheel drive, right? But you might be surprised to know that when driving on-road, they spend a lot of time in just two-wheel drive from the front wheels. When you first start driving, they start off in four-wheel drive. But then when the clever systems realise that four-wheel drive isn't needed, it disconnects the back wheels and drives in just front-wheel drive only. But don't worry, the four-wheel drive system is ready to kick back into action as soon as it notices it's needed.
Thanks for watching this video. Maybe you've learned something new about the Freelander 2. If you want us to do another 5 things you may not know about the Freelander 2, drop a like on this video below. And if you know any facts that we may not know, then leave it in the comment section below. But until next time, see you in the next video, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.